welcome to my Week 7 game of ISL Season 14. My opponent this week is CeramicVase, and we're playing Gen 6. So my opponent has Mega Lopunny for their Mega. Fun fact, my opponent next week also has Mega Lopunny and Seismitoad. So one cool tech that he could bring, I don't think he did, but Electrode has Soundproof, which makes it immune to all sound-based moves, like Hyper Voice from Gardevoir. So he could bring that and like switch into a Gardevoir Hyper Voice and take no damage. So I could have run Moonblast on Gardevoir instead, which is a bit weaker, but would hit Electrode. But I still ran Hyper Voice. I think I decided that Electrode couldn't really do much to me, so I would just attack it the next turn anyway. Alright, so here's our team. We've got Gardevoir with Hyper Voice, Psyshock. I have no idea what that was for. I think, does he have Crobat? No. Well, I think this game's another post-commentary game that I played like 3 weeks ago, so I don't remember exactly why I brought everything. But I know I have Focus Blast for Registeel. Psyshock just might be for Stab, and in case there's something very specially defensive, I can hit its physical defense. And then we've got Encore, because I'm faster than stuff like Registeel and Clefable, so if they try to set up and I come in, then they're just stuck there. We've got a Scarf Flygon with max attack. I think by this point I realized that everyone's running a lot of special defense on everything to try to take a hit from Gardevoir. So that means most things won't be running physical defense, so Flygon's Earthquakes should hit a bit harder than they normally would. I believe I'm fast enough to outspeed Electrode, the fastest guy in his team. And Dragon Claw and Outrage, I think that's mostly just for Latias. I think most of the rest of his team just gets hit by Earthquake. Yeah. So we've got U-Turn if we want to switch out. Earthquake for most things, Dragon Coverage for Latias. We've got Ferrothorn for hazards. Power Whip might just be for Seismitoad. And then Gyro Ball does decent damage to most things. Probably should have been minus speed. But oh well. I can't remember if Gyro Ball does a lot to Clefable. Because I was looking at it for the previous week, I think, when I had Clefable and my opponent had Ferrothorn. I don't think Ironhead does much more, but Clefable's pretty slow, so Gyro Ball doesn't do too much. And I think this is supposed to switch into Latias, maybe. Huckleberry for Hidden Power Fire. We've got Nidoking, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, and Hidden Power Grass. Hidden Power Grass for Seismitoad. I guess Ice Beam's for Latias and maybe Drifblim. Then Earth Power I think hits most things. Sludge Wave for Clefable. We're bringing Cofagrigus. Because what this guy does in standard play is check Megas with contact-based abilities. Well, not contact-based abilities, but abilities it can nullify with Mummy. Because Lopunny has Scrappy, which allows it to hit Ghost types with fighting moves and normal moves, which it normally can't. But if it hits me, it gets the Mummy ability, and it can't hit me anymore. And Lopunny doesn't get U-Turn, apparently, so it can't even U-Turn on me. So, we've got Will-O-Wisp, once we get in, to burn something, Hex, just to damage things, just for a damaging move. And then we've got Rest and Sleep Talk, because I don't always need to do damage with this or attack. I just need to be able to take a hit from Low Bunny. And then once Scrappy's gone, I can rest on the next turn if I have to. Last is Bisharp. The speed is in case Clefable was going to speed creep me, I think. So I think Clefable's base 60 speed. Got Defiant. I think I wanted to set hazards with Ferrothorn, and if he defogged, I could switch in Bisharp and get an attack boost. I think that was my plan. And then Pursuit is for Latios. I think I would Scarf for a bit to try to take out Latios, and then I realized I could just Pursuit it, and then Flygon has a much easier time clicking Earthquake. And we've got Iron Head for Fable. And this is my team. Here is our game. So my opponent didn't bring Driftblim, Electrode, or Seismitoad. Alright, so here we go. Let off with Nidoking. I think it outspeeds... It doesn't really outspeed his team. I don't know why I led Nidoking. Maybe I was worried about Registeel. But anyway. So in this turn, I was deciding between Sludge Wave to hit Fable or Earth Power, because I thought Sludge Wave was pretty obvious. I thought he might switch into Registeel. And I wanted to hit that. I ended up doing Sludge Wave. I think I was more worried about Clefable staying in than Registeel coming out, because Registeel is pretty passive. And I think I could have just gone to Ferrothorn and gotten some hazards up. So Fable's down turn 1, and Manaphy comes in. What do I have? Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave is probably a 2-hit kill. I think I just didn't want to. I think I didn't want to let Manaphy set up. And then if it did Tail Glow and then Scald to knock out Nidoking, I would have had Earthquake on Flygon to knock it out the next turn. So I think I expected him to finally go Registeel this turn, but he still didn't. Yeah, even with a critical hit, Scald doesn't knock me out. That's probably why I stayed in, because I saw I survived one. But I finally switch out to Ferrothorn. I think I was expecting Protect. I think that's why I clicked Spike there. And now we're going for Power Whips. So if Power Whip misses, I think it's 85% accurate, and he gets a Substitute up, we're going to be in a bit of a sketchy spot, because I'll need to destroy his sub and then do damage to him. Especially if he gets like a Tail Glow up, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. I know I was thinking about Seed Bomb at one point when I was building the team. I forget the reason why I went for Power Whip. Maybe Seed Bomb didn't knock out Seismitoad from full, but there was a reason I went Power Whip. I think I found out this Manaphy was max hit points, and I'm pretty sure even if I'm burned, Power Whip breaks his sub, but Seed Bomb wouldn't. So it's a good thing I went Power Whip over Seed Bomb. So he's protecting again to get some more health. Substitute. Maybe hoping for a Power Whip miss. I think I was expecting a Protect this turn, because he doesn't have enough hit points to substitute. But Gardevoir can take a Scald, even though he attacked, so that's fine. And yeah, Registeel's max special defense, I'm pretty sure, to take on Gardevoir. So we've got Cofagrigus. Pretty sure I just went, yeah, Will-O-Wisp here. And burned Drapion, which is really good. And he pursues me, but he's burned, so it doesn't do too much damage. And unless he has Fire Fang, I don't think he can really touch Ferrothorn, so I bring Ferrothorn back in. He does have Fire Fang, and he gets a crit, but I've got an Occa Berry, so it doesn't do too much. I'm gonna get him some Stealth Rocks. I really was not worried about that Fire Fang. If I just stayed in, to get more hazard. But Lopunny comes in, so we bring out my counter in Cofagrigus. Yeah, so since he has Scrappy, High Jump Kick hits, does almost half of my health, but now he's got Mummy, so I don't think he can hit me with any move, unless he brought like Iron Tail. So I'm going to click Rest on this turn to get back to full health so I can switch in again. But he has Healing Wish on Lopunny, which is really cool. So Lopunny faints, but whoever comes in next gets a full heal. And he brings in Manaphy, who is already a problem, and now he's back at almost full health. So I think I just go back out to Ferrothorn, and I think he gets his substitute up. Yeah. More Protect to get health, and I'm just clicking Power Whip to try to break the substitute. So sorry to my fiance. The substitute is her favorite Pokemon. So he showed up, but he's on the opponent's team. He's an enemy today. So I think that's the third Power Whip we've hit to break a substitute, which is very lucky for me. And that's a third or fourth Scald that didn't burn. So I'm getting pretty lucky here. I think at this point... No, I think I was expecting... I don't know why I switched to Gardevoir here. Maybe I was expecting Scald? I think I was Scald and then I thought I could maybe knock it out. But anyway, at this point I was considering Encore to lock it into Substitute. And then I realized he could Protect. I'm pretty sure I do about 50% damage to Manaphy. I forget exactly how much Hyper Voice does, but it goes through Substitute because it's a sound-based move. So it would hit Manaphy, not break the Substitute. I think I did like 48 to 53% or something like that. So I expected him to Protect this thing to get out of range of Hyper Voice. And we're both base 100 speed, so I think I was going to Hyper Voice this turn on Protect, and then try to Encore Protect next turn. If he used Protect. And then if I win the speed tie, he'd be Encored. But yeah, I don't think the crit mattered. I'm not sure, it might have been a roll. But yeah, so he didn't Protect and Hyper Voice knocked out Manaphy. So I'm pretty sure at this point I was looking through all of Latias's moves and I couldn't think of anything that it could hit me with that I was worried about. I think even Shadow Ball didn't kill, so I just stayed in. But I guess he was expecting me to switch to one of my Steel types and try to hit me with Hidden Power Fire. But Hyper Voice just knocks Latios out. And I have Focus Blast. I guess I didn't want to risk missing it. And with Rocky Helmet, Cofagrigus can just sit here, and Registeel will take damage. Even if he flinches me, yeah, I tried to use Sleep Talk there. He's doing so little damage, I don't think it matters. Yeah, and I got rest anyway. But I think I just rest when I wake up. It might have been Will-O-Wisp, I might have had one more turn, I'm not sure. But yeah, Rocky Helmet is chipping him down. He did get a couple flinches. But Cofagrigus was so bulky, it didn't matter. And then Drapion was low enough to die to hazards. So we got a big win this week. I think I want to say I was 2-4 before this game with like a -10 differential. And then after this game, now I'm 3-4, I want to say, with -4 differential, which is better. And I think if I win my next 2 games, I could make it into playoffs. Because then I'll be 5-4? 5-4, yeah, and I think that will be good enough for playoffs. That was our game, and I'll see you for next week.